The motorcycle I'm holding has traveled 200 kilometers.
Oops, the paperwork is enough.
The Sonovic number of the car.
Look at this, bro. Are most of these yours?
Not most, all of them are.
Were all of these your cars?
Oh, no. This one, for example, I went to buy a 29 Ford in Porto Alegre, and the guy had this license plate there. At the time, he asked for $400. It was restored and all, but I liked the license plate and brought the plate.
Wow.
Of my cars here, I think I only have this one, BC 1341.
You took the others.
The others, because all these boxes here are license plates, you see?
So many plates, wow.
All of this is that sickness, right? I'll start collecting plates. Soon you'll stop and I'll start collecting radios and so on. It's a sickness.
It's a sickness, seriously.
So here, if one day you need a power steering pump, there are half a dozen here. If you need a starter motor, there are 4 and so on. You keep buying and storing them.
Look at the cities, man. Jundiaí, Ponta Grossa, Corbelha, São Lourenço do Sul.
You know, there was this one time, Lucas, something interesting happened. There are more license plates.
The guy has a lot of license plates.
It's an interesting thing. I didn't leave my cars in the garage with black plates. And back then I had Facebook. I don't even have it anymore. Here are spare engines.
Look, are there some engines there?
Yeah, there are. And the guy, I posted it on Facebook at the time, and the guy said, what's the point of having a bunch of cars like that if you can't even drive them because they don't have papers? Then I replied to his comment there, man, I collect yellow plates. I put them on the car just for decoration, but I'll send you the pictures of the car.
He thought all the cars were just abandoned.
Yeah, man, here there's nothing like that. Everything here is licensed. You can drive it. All the cars are well maintained. Everything's in order.
All right, my friends, welcome. Lucas Valentim here bringing you another video on Pingando Oleo. Today, I'm here in São Bernardo do Campo, another international capital of classic cars. Wait, Lucas, another one?
You visited Limeira and Indaiatuba before.
Another one, and today we're talking to a guy who's already a classic himself. Because I showed a video with him on my Instagram stories. People kept saying, it's Paulo, it's Paulo. I said, wow, you're famous, huh? And then Danilo from Sonho M Quattro Rodas also told me, he said, man, Paulo knows a lot, he has a lot of cars, it's worth recording a video with him. So I kept after him, talking to see if we could set something up, and here we are. And here's the thing, there are guys you give 2 stickers to, and the guy says, oh, I'll put them on my cars. I think for him, I have to give about 20 or 30 stickers, because seriously, I think the guy has about 20 cars. Today, we'll learn about this person on Pingando Oleo. Hey, everyone who's watching, today we're going to talk about collections, about cars that are parked, cars parked in garages, and how to take care of them. Paulo, how are you? How are you doing? Thanks for the...
I say thanks for the invitation, but I'm the one who invites myself.
That's what we're here for, to collaborate. It's not an obligation, but it's our purpose.
Cool. Look, I know it's a little rude to ask. It's a bit weird, but man, you don't have to say exactly. How many cars do you have, man?
Today, around 35, 40 cars, more or less.
You need to be admitted. Let's write a prescription.
My wife already mentioned that. It's about cars and motorcycles. I've had this particular motorcycle for exactly 12 years, giving it to myself on my birthday in 2010.
It's a rooster, isn't it?
The motorcycle I'm holding has traveled 200 kilometers.
That's it? Wow.
It's an obsession. I desperately wanted one of these when I was young, and now you've gone and bought it.
Man, but just having this sitting here already gives me so much satisfaction. Just owning it, right?
I took her out about 2 months ago.
Look at the black license plate.
No, it's all original. Even the exhaust is Honda. It's up there. Because when I started, I don't even let it sit for a year without running, nothing. I started regularly. It rusted underneath. I replaced it, put this one on, and I'm going to have the tip redone and have it chromed to bring back its Honda look, because this bike has 50,000 kilometers. And about the story?
Wow.
These tires here, when Fabio Stenbrook had his accident, you know, Do you know who Fabio Stanbrook is?
No.
He's a collector from Sao Paulo. He had a motorcycle. He went out for a ride on his motorcycle, an old one. The tire blew out. The guy fractured a rib and ended up passing away. Then I told my wife, I'm going to change the tires on the motorcycle because it still had the original tires. Then I got scared. But look over there. I changed them. You can see the tires are new, but they're all cracked again.
Hey, Paulo, there's something cool here that I already want to talk about.
Man, 30 cars, that's a lot of cars. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of money spent on maintenance. Can you handle all of it? Making sure they all run, making sure they're all on the right track, not getting old without care, not rotting away. Are they all kept covered? I'm telling you this because we see a lot of situations where the guy has, I don't know how many cars, but they're all just sitting there. Nothing works. The cat peed on them.
No, Lucas, actually all my cars work. I do the maintenance myself. Like yesterday, the biturbo, I brought it here. I worked on the carburetor last night, got the car running, everything's fine. But it's not that it was abandoned, it's just that it's an alcohol car. You go there, you start it up once every 2 months and it starts clogging up, but I do it myself. They're all maintained. The car is like this. It's just like this motorcycle. I can start it up for you right now. The carburetor is going to be a mess, but the bike will be running. I don't know if I should say it like that, but the bike will be running. One day I'll sit here with a bottle of Coke and I'll take out this carburetor and fix it myself. There's no mistake. Because there's another thing. If you send it to someone else, it doesn't turn out the way you like. I ended up learning how to do it and taking care of the cars myself. So I have a few over there in Limeira. I take a weekend, go there, drive all of them, fill them up, wash them, pump up the tires. You can have some fun. We set this up yesterday. Most cars were absent. One van was left on the street in Santo Andre. I took one, leaving the van there. I moved a Pampa that was here to the garage and took another.
But all of them started up, ran, and made it here.
Cool, that's right.
It's what I've always said. It's no use just having volume. You can even have volume. That's a sickness. I think I'm sick. I think I'm mentally weak.
We all are.
The beginning of everything, if you ask me, Paulo, did you always like it? In 1999, if you approached me with an old car, I would have questioned your actions and not admired it.
You wasted your time.
Did you get into it? Wow, you collected 30 cars in a short time in 20 years.
Here's the story.
Come here, start telling it and I'll show it here.
Here's the story. An uncle of mine who has already passed away really wanted a Landau.
Look how beautiful. Thanks, man.
He could even afford to have one, but my aunt didn't encourage it, so it never happened. I bought my first Landau because of him, because at the time I was dating my wife.
And shall we go see a car? Shall we go see a car? It was always a Galaxy.
He never bought the car. After I got married, things improved. I decided to buy a Landau to travel with my uncle.
Because he made me ride in a car my father had with no brakes, nothing.
He said it's because you talk that way about cars, having never ridden in a Galaxy. But the idea was to have one to travel with him. I bought the car in March 2003. The trip was scheduled for June. In May, he had a heart attack and died. Then I started to really like the model.
I see.
And it turned into this.
Now you have several. Galaxy, how many do you have?
There are 14.
14 Galaxy?
14 Galaxy.
Tell me about this one now. Can I open the door here?
Do you really want me to tell you the real story about that one?
Why? I bought this car to stir up trouble.
Can I come in?
Why did you buy it to stir up trouble?
This car belonged to...
This car belonged to Dino Dragon.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've wanted this car ever since he bought it from Arapongas, but then it didn't work out. To buy it from him, he sold it to our friend Silvio, from whom I ended up buying it. And then we had some disagreements. I ended up buying this car from Silvio, brought the car, and here it is. I love the car. It's beautiful.
Are all your cars like this, in this condition?
I have two to work on, but they're like this. One is a 68, white with a beige interior, and I'm the third owner. It has some rust on the door that one has never been restored. It shows its age. I have another 68, which has metallic paint, and I'm already working on it. But I haven't touched the bodywork, paint, nothing, but I've already put in the original seat fabrics. If we go to Limera, you'll see.
You're already fixing it up, right?
I fix it up little by little. What I can do myself, I prefer to. When it goes to bodywork and paint, that's when things get complicated. Just like you were saying. It's hard to find someone who'll do it for a fair price. What's really fair?
On time, okay.
And the quality, but what is fair?
Nowadays it's relative.
Exactly.
It's cheap for those who do it and expensive for those who pay. Because if you set out to restore a car, man, a year and a half, let's say you charge 150 grand. Spread 150 grand over a year and a half, 2 years to restore a car. How much does that give you per month?
15 grand?
The shop struggle, right, man?
Man, you're not just gonna work on one car. I agree that you're not gonna work.
You'll need to repair the car and costs continue to rise.
I've worked with restoration before, so I know exactly how it is. Today I prefer getting a car that's almost finished. What do you mean by almost finished?
It's missing an original hubcap, the seat is bad, but I have an upholsterer who fixes it for me. The dashboard is torn, but I have a replacement at home. I'll grab it at night and swap it out myself, you know?
Because starting something from scratch, I'm out.
Man, that's a bad deal. Come here, let's check out the rest. That's it, guys. Look at the garages I end up in to bring you videos, to bring you content for free right there on your television or your phone. That's why I ask you to subscribe to the channel, because things are only getting better, only growing, and we're moving forward together.
This is the real 67, okay? Why do I say the real 67? It's got a period correct diagonal tire, and everyone says I'm mentally challenged, but I'm aware of that. So I went on a trip with the period G8 tires. Do you drive with them like this?
I went to Itatiba the other day and we went like that.
But hold on, yeah, it sounds crazy, but I bet when you do that, you go into safety mode, you pay attention to everything, sound, noise, the car, everything becomes part of you. The car becomes part of your body, right?
Yes, that's a fact. What happens? When you drive a car like this with these tires, first you have to be alert, and second, when you're in a car like this, you're not going to speed. You usually don't speed anyway.
That's it.
The third thing is that these tires didn't have an expiration date, which people don't understand. You take a damn tire from my truck today, 5 years later it blows out as a spare. Look, a tire from the 70s and it's still here, not even cracked. Why? The quality of the rubber was different.
The composition of things, the raw material, changed. It lost quality.
So you didn't have an expiration date. So don't say it, man. It's much harder to blow out one of these tires than to blow out a brand new shingling radial, sorry.
Wow, yeah, that's really crazy, Paulo, but this here is in almost perfect condition, right?
This car, actually, William, a friend of mine found it over in the East Zone, man. And I didn't even know the history of this car.
Look at this, man.
One day I went to his mom's house, we went there, and I ended up buying the car.
Just like that, on a whim? The guy showed it to you, you said you liked it, and you bought it?
Actually, I didn't want to buy it. Then William said, "Come on, man, let's go." I said, "Then give me the money." "No, I'll go with you." And we couldn't find the guy. We went back and forth. And finally, the guy showed up, the guy. Then he said, "How much will you pay for the car?"
I made an offer and the car's result is here.
My God, what an amazing car, man. Was it like this when you bought it, these trims in this condition?
I didn't touch anything on the car. I only worked on the bumper.
Put it back in place?
No, I replaced the ones that were there. One was bent and the other had really bad chrome.
My God, what a wonderful car, brother. Extensive documentation?
Everybody shows this here. The document, blah, 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 blah. These are copies. The original is kept in the car's folder.
What is this here?
These are the promissory notes for the car payment.
They are?
All itemized in the contract. Wow, man.
Is this original or is this a copy?
Copy, the original is at my house.
Ah, you keep the original stored away.
This is the official release document, which is no longer common these days.
Wow, that's really crazy.
The car manual is also stored upstairs, but I keep a copy here. This car was registered under the name of the person who took it out of Sunevig. I think it was under the first owner's name until '98.
Wow, so it's a car with very few owners then.
I believe so. About 3 or 4 owners.
According to the car's paperwork, right? But it's a car that's 100% intact.
My God, let's see the engine bay, man, please. It's a survivor, right? It hasn't suffered any damage. It hasn't been mistreated.
No, it just got an external wash, I believe, because it still has the serial number and everything there, right?
Look at this, guys. Look at this here, man.
That's what people say. That's what you said, Survivor. Why? The brake is just a simple little cylinder. It's right there. Nothing was modified.
Wow, it's still the original one.
Yeah. Distributor with contact points. This coil, the guy who sold it to me imported it back in the day. I don't know. They told me this thing doesn't even get stained. Well, long story short, here's the car.
Wonderful. Now, sorry to ask again, where did you take it on the road like this?
I went to Itatiba.
And the brakes?
Well, it stops.
You just get the feel for it, right?
Stop. Do you want to go or do you want to stop, damn it?
That's really good, man.
The car is good to drive. Of course, the features today are very different from back then. It doesn't have a rear view mirror. The 67 didn't have a rear view mirror.
It lacks a rear view mirror. It took some time for external rear view mirrors to be introduced.
69!
Yeah, right at the very end. Look.
The Sondervig number of the car, so that means it really was barely used, right? The upholstery part.
Elon Musk called me and asked if I want him to develop a way for people watching the videos to smell it. We're going to develop that. Smell this car. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Everyone says, are you going to show the trunk of a 67, 68? And it doesn't matter what color the interior is, whether it's red, blue, or black. The trunk is always brown. And the one on this car, it's not a reproduction. It's original, you can see. It's not like the carpets made today, this little loop, no.
It's spare tire?
Then you're going to ask Paulo, was it from the car? None of the tires were from the car in question. This sentence doesn't make sense in context and should be removed. It had 4 P44 tires.
I understand.
I put together a set. I have tires too. That's another craze. I started buying some old tires and ended up...
I kept storing them.
Hey, stay with me until the end of this video because there's a surprise for you, my friends. Let's keep going here. But I saved the cherry on top for you at the end of the video.
Paulo, what about here?
This car here belonged to a friend, Eduardo Toledo. Back then I worked with restoration and I did the restoration on this car.
Did you do this one?
Yeah.
Was the car really bad?
The car was really good in 2014.
And even so, did you guys do it?
Yeah, Eduardo wanted a perfect car and ended up making this car.
Look how beautiful it is.
He went to the car and said, damn, Paulo. But the car overheated, got hot and exploded. I said, man, do this, sell me that car. Oh no, sell it because I don't want to sell the car. All right.
Open this for me, please.
So it went on and I ended up buying the Galaxy ambulance.
Oh, the ambulance was yours.
It was mine. I bought it from Marcelo.
Look, everyone, I'll leave the ambulance video here. One of the first on the channel, which now belongs to Carlos.
So that ambulance used to be yours then?
Then Edu said, I want the ambulance. I got the ambulance and the convertible in the deal. I want the ambulance. He had already bought the convertible, and I said, throw the LTD into the ambulance deal, and I'll sell you the ambulance.
I see.
And then the car came to me. I had 2 of the same model. I sold the other one to keep this one because this car was in much better condition. I had already worked on the other one, that's what I'm saying. Look at a good chrome and look at a Phoenix chrome, for example. Not that the Phoenix is bad. If I don't have money today and I want to finish a car, I'll go with Phoenix. But if I can afford it, today I'd want to do a better chrome.
Hold on, let's explain this. What is a Phoenix Chrome?
Phoenix Chrome. Phoenix doesn't even exist anymore, but it used to be the best chrome shop here in Sao Paulo. Phoenix and Schneider. Now only Schneider is left. If you get a Taruma, it already starts to fade if it gets a little rain. This car was done top notch. Eduardo brought all 4 hubcaps from the United States, brand new, to put on the car. There on the car are the 4 hubcaps, brand new. The chrome was done by Phoenix. The upholstery was done at Oliveira. Everything was done with the best quality.
This looks incredible, right? Check out that chrome.
I preferred to sell the other one, which had some issues, and keep this car. I liked this car, and it ended up being part of the ambulance deal. The ambulance left, and this car arrived.
Shall we open the hood here to take a look? Wow, it's really beautiful.
Very nice.
He's a big guy, honestly.
Wow, this is really smooth.
And then the car came to me from Edu. It never overheated with me. Nothing ever happened.
Look, I took such good care of it that the car never had any issues.
I'm still with the car. I love it. Let it be.
Rev it up a little so we can hear it here.
On the other side.
Here, right?
But the good part is the pop, pop, pop.
Look, his street here is really nice. I liked it. It's a pleasant neighborhood. Here's the thing. The Galaxy was the most comfortable and luxurious car back in the early 70s in Brazil.
It was a very expensive car. It cost 17 million cruzeiros.
And I tried to do some research here to see how much 17 million cruzeiros would be, but I couldn't figure out how much it would cost today. If anyone can help me out in the comments, how much is 17 million reais today?
We're showcasing this car now. I believe it really grabbed my attention. Now, when he sent the photo, he asked if I wanted him to bring it.
I said, I do. Please bring this car. And here's something interesting. If you like Opala, did you know that Opala only exists because of these cars from these guys?
Because when Ford brought the Galaxy to Brazil, based on the American Galaxy 500, that's when General Motors had to step up in the market. They had to move and create a car to compete, to have a real market fight in sales.
And that's how the Opala came about. That's really cool about our history here.
A car that really shocked us Brazilians. A lot of money involved, a lot of cash. What a wonderful car even today. Man, how did the guy manage to gather so many well-kept and preserved cars? Even today, that's great. Paulo, yeah, discussing prices, this car was very costly back then. It remains an expensive car these days. How much is a well-kept car like this worth nowadays, approximately?
Look, Lucas, I'll be really honest with you. It's a car that's listed for 180, 230, right?
120, a bad car for 80. I'm from the time. I have my Landau that I've had since 2003. I have a 500 that I've had since 2007, man. I'm from the time when you paid 5,000-6,000 for a car like this. So I can't see these numbers. This car was from Italia. I couldn't buy it from Italia.
Wow, who is Paulo Italia? Explain it to us.
Italia was a classic car dealership from the Fiat Group. It also went bankrupt. It doesn't exist anymore. So long story short, it ended up in the hands of 3 people afterwards.
Then one day I saw it listed. It was with a guy from Piracicaba asking for 65 grand.
just like it is here.
Just like it is here. Then I said, I'll give you 40 grand. He said, hey, come on, Paulo. But this car was part of a trade for those cars that the American used to make. It cost me more. I said, man, I'm not going to hassle you. I know the car needs some work. I'll come get the car, pay 40 grand. He then allowed me to get the car, so I went. I tend to make crazy offers, you know? Because what happens is, I don't buy the car that's listed there. I do buy the car that's listed there, yes, but after 4 years, when the guy is already tired because he thinks the car is worth 200 grand, after 4 years, he sells it for 50.
Here's a tip for buying an old car. Find an old listing and keep following it.
That's it.
What color is this one here?
It's a turquoise.
Man, tell me about this car's suspension. It's indestructible. It's the most amazing thing in the world. Has there ever been a car that's better than this in terms of suspension among the old ones?
If you take a Lincoln, but that's the Ford line, right, man? The Ford line is beyond words. So I still don't know anything else that has that kind of smoothness.
I mentioned Lincoln because it's like a Cadillac, which I've driven, and it's not like this car.
Doesn't come close?
It doesn't come close. Damn! You can now say it's a Cadillac. Are you familiar with Cadillacs?
It's the same thing as Pepsi and Coca-Cola, man.
Look at the guy, man.
It's true.
Are you going to call a Cadillac a Pepsi?
I'm not calling a Cadillac a Pepsi. I'm saying you go by the brand. But in terms of quality,
Can I open here?
you can. It's more or less the same thing.
I see.
And another thing I've noticed, the collector who likes national cars rarely likes American cars.
Oh, really?
At least that's the way I see it.
That makes sense.
You can take the collectors of national cars. They'll want to collect a Golzinho. It's a national Golzinho. Couldn't he, with the money a GTI costs today, buy an American one?
He could.
But he doesn't want to. Where are the highest prices today? Carolina. It's national. There are a lot of American ones. When you get an American Galaxy, how much does an American Galaxy cost out there? It's crap. You get it? It's crap. Ah, damn, but to get here, okay, but this here for Americans, it's nothing. It's already gone. It's the same thing as us. I think, sorry if I'm wrong, I think that if a car like this here for us, we have to build the Brazilian industry. I like Ford. Look, it's Ford.
Is this your work tool?
I have my little Pampa and my F1000, both Fords. My wife's car is also a Ford, an EcoSport. Everything is Ford.
Hey, Paulo, come here now. Let's get to the cherry on top, man. Take a look. What car is this here?
What year is it?
This is a 77 LTD twin turbo.
Twin turbo.
Black plate. Black plate. Don't forget the black plate.
My God, this thing is twin turbo. But why didn't you put a chrome Mazzaro 26 on it, since it's twin turbo?
So man, do you know what's nice about this car?
That's exactly what this car is. What does it have? It has LT Dellendow 71 hubcaps.
It has leather on the vinyl instead of just vinyl. The badge says it's brown, okay? But at the time, this car was restored, and we're talking many years ago. There was no vinyl available, so they used leather instead.
Oh, I see.
And it turned out charming.
It really looks nice.
This color got a little bit of Florentine brown, and a little more silver pigment was added. You can see it. But the cool thing about this car is that when you're driving it, it doesn't make any noise. You simply have a car.
Check out the original rumble, the original exhaust, everything original.
No, you can see that the exhaust tip there is thick. But what happens is you're driving, then the car enthusiasts show up, you know? They stop next to you and I greet them, asking what's up. All right, you put it in first gear, and with the first rev, the guys back off. I don't know why. I still haven't figured it out. So this is just a toy. But this is just like a moped, man. You spend all day fixing it just to take a ride at night and come back home worn out.
It really does wear you out.
There's no way around it.
My God, this thing is twin turbo. Paulo, open it up so we can see, man.
That's what its roar sounds like. Look,
Original?
it's got a 2.9 engine.
Oh, it's 2.9.
It's more robust, right?
I see.
He would be 302, but he has 3 gears. He has a Biget. He only has 1 auxiliary injector there just for a little more fuel. And that's it. This one here is the real turbo. It's not like today where you have something to map it. No, this one is down here.
Here you adjust. Here you adjust. To see at what point you want the auxiliary nozzle to kick in at 800 grams, at 600, this is an old refrigerator pressure switch.
So, it's not like today where let's spend $1 trillion.
Did you turbocharge it? You bought it like this? That was also done many years ago. It was.
Done around 2003.
20 years.
There's nothing special about it. We put the truck collector on.
Okay, so it comes out on top already. The collectors are done. Both turbines, don't ask me what size they are because I don't know. There's the oil filter here down here. And 2 filters over there. There's nothing else in the car.
Nothing special?
A fuel pump over there. Today he's driving a Mercedes, which he used to drive as a GTI. That was what he used as a GTI, right? I put in a Mercedes one. Original carburetor, it's just busted open here on the side.
But that's it, look.
We are playing.
My God, man, quiet and...
You'll see the car cruising by, white wall tires, no shoulder.
My God, but tell me, does it really go crazy fast? It must go a lot.
I don't have the courage to step on it.
Seriously?
I don't have the guts to step on it, no.
Canyo.
It moves very smoothly. So up here in the front, it already has the American springs from the 427.
I see.
Because the weight of the front of the car changed and it sagged a lot.
I see.
So another colleague brought these springs to put on his Landau, and it ended up making the Landau look like a Jeep. He said, Paulo, I think it'll look good on the Biturbo.
I see.
So I bought it from him, and you can see it's not a lowered car.
Very cool. That's right.
Nice stance.
Nice old man's car. My God, a Sleater here, and it's brown too. You'd never imagine Uncle Paulo here leaving, speeding up with the Zomp TSI of life.
Actually, you'll never see it because I don't have the guts. You get out of here. That's what I said.
It's a ride. It's just a little cruise.
It's just for fun. Let's put it that way. I've had this car since 2014 and I don't drive it much either.
Was this the car that stayed parked for a while?
Yes, this car, when Renato put it together, he drove it for a while. Then it was in his dad's warehouse, dusty and abandoned. I asked him to sell it to me because it's a cool car. So I bought it, and here it is, well taken care of.
Damn, it's not original.
The damn car isn't original.
What's this? Wonderful, wonderful.
But you can have fun. This car, it was not restored, sorry.
The car was rescued from being scrapped and turned into a Cobra.
Wow.
That was back in 99, 2000.
Nestor, who worked on the snakes, was going to cut up a car. They removed the engine and Renato went there. The car had multicolored fenders. He liked it and bought it.
It almost became a Cobra.
It almost became a Cobra. It was already in the yard, but it ended up being saved.
So, would it be worth it to have a Cobra from him or himself? Himself, right? For God's sake. Himself, right, Paulo?
There are worse things to do a Cobra with, right?
That's true. That's true, man.
Even because the first time I rode the Cobra, to begin with, I was just going down and I already burned my foot.
My leg on the exhaust pipe.
I said, no, it's not.
That's just how it is, man.
This really is a passion for the Galaxy line, for the model. And that's what I want. The car that I most...
That's really cool. Hey, man, congratulations on your story for so many years of collecting. Born Ford fan, thank you for sharing a bit of your story here on the channel. And let's see if we can go to Limera to see the rest, because now I'm curious.
Yeah, there are some other simpler things over there.
A bit more well-behaved?
No, there's Galaxy 2, but there's also Variant 2. There are some cool things there.
Oh, that's cool, huh?
They're part of the story. Actually, my first Landau, which I bought in 2003, is still there.
I have a lot of history with that one.
To give you some feedback, the last thing I did was put a black plate on it, and the day the document came out was the date of my mother's passing.
I told you that story about my uncle, right? When I bought it to drive with my uncle, he passed away. And when I traded that car, it was out of my possession for a few days. I traded it for the 68. When I got home with the 68, my dad was like, "Man, you didn't do that. You didn't trade the Landau." So I went back and bought the car again, and now it's here.
Wow, man. Man, that's so crazy, dude.
My girlfriend is already suffering, you know?
Goodness, it moves incredibly quickly.
She's shaking.
And he's still wrong, okay?
Like what?
I'm working with a Landau automatic 1.307 transmission, and it's really slow off the line.
I see.
When it's got the 354, it responds much faster. It's much nicer.
Wow.
It's a pretty decent toy.
Decent? Wonderful.
It has the American LTD sight. Renato also installed it on him.
Oh, cool.
But it's really interesting. It's a toy. So there's nothing. Oh, it's forged. It's not forged. If you force it, it'll break. It's going to be a mess. It will. I've already blown 3 pistons in it because it had a defect that took me a while to figure out. It wasn't running lean. A lot of people would say, "Oh, it was running lean." No, it had a problem with the distributor and it would jump the timing spark and end up messing everything up. But then I managed to fix it, and now I think it's really cool. There's just a little thing here that wasn't there before, a Hall meter just to see what happens. But nothing happens because you don't look at it.
Paulo, do these Brazilian-made Galaxies have a lot of differences compared to the American cars that were produced by Ford in the United States?
No, not from the Galaxy line.
Or was it very similar, almost the same, in terms of construction, components, suspension, and mechanics?
Actually, in 67 and 68, it came from there to be assembled here. It came from there to be assembled here.
After they started production here?
It started in 69. In fact, if you look at the chassis number 6768, it's not on the right side, rear right, it's on the rear left. And only 6668, if you remove the fenders, it has 2 plates with the chassis code.
Look how cool that is.
The cool thing is that we go around with Our Lady because we need to, there's no other way. The adrenaline goes a long way. Mano, it's a cool ride. It's a really cool ride. You can't say it's not cool.
By turbo 88292, right?
292.
You can drive it at 30 per hour in 3rd gear with no problem at all.
That's true. It's still a nice car to drive.
I told you, I took it after it had been sitting for a year and a half, 2 years. I just cleaned the carburetor. So you need to do a bunch of little things, but it's there, the car is there, it's running. There's something really interesting about this car that Gilson, who sells radios, back in the day when I started with Galaxy, anything that was different I wanted. Then he said, "Paulo, I have something really different for you." I said, "What is it?" I didn't have this car. He said, "I have a tachometer made from a Galaxy clock from back in the day." I said, "Man, I want it." So I bought it. I kept it for about 4 or 5 years. When I bought this car now, I bought the car, put the tachometer in, and it works. It's just normal.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
I don't have a watch to tell the time anymore.
I get it. You can check this one. You can check this one.
Alright, the car is really interesting, and it's good looking, right? It's not like I built a piece of crap. No, I built a car that not only looks good, but it also runs well. Drive it however you want.
Really awesome.
Look. Wow.
The fun part isn't speeding up, right? The fun part is enjoying it.
It's his navigation, right?
It has to have the comfort of a Galaxy.
Really nice.
It's all good.
Pure pleasure. Adrenaline too.
Awesome, man. Wow. Look, thank you.